Most Toyota owners who want an OTT tune have to schedule an appointment with the tuner and bring their vehicle in person. But what if you don't live near a tuner? Today we're installing a pre-tuned ECU from Big Dawgs Toyota Tuning on my brother's 5th Gen 4Runner to see if this is the easiest way to get an OTT tune on your Toyota. What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name is Chris. Right behind me today we have the 4Runner here in the garage. I'm at the 4Runner's house. For those of you that don't know, the 4Runner is my older brother. His wife is actually the owner of this 5th Gen 4Runner. My brother has a 3rd Gen 4Runner. There is a company by the name of Big Dawgs Toyota Tuning. You can pay for a tune from them, and there's two options what you can do. You can either remove your ECU from your car, mail it to them, they tune it, they mail it back, and you install it. Or they will actually send you out a pre-tuned ECU. This is a Toyota Factory OEM ECU. They put the tune on it. You give them your VIN, your year, make, model, all that. They make sure to match it to your vehicle so everything is tuned properly. You slap this in, the one that comes out of your car, you mail back to them and you get a core exchange. So you're pretty much gonna be spending the same exact price you would if you just went to any other tuner and got the vehicle tuned. The benefit to this is you can do it right here in your own home, do it yourself, and it's also convenient for some people that might not live anywhere near a tuner. This would be a lot easier for you to get done, and your tune is gonna be backed and taken care of by Big Dawgs Toyota Tuning. So the first thing I wanted to do today, we're gonna hop in the 4Runner here with my brother. We're gonna go drive this thing real quick, and I know it's his vehicle, he's familiar with it, but we're just gonna do a quick little test run, and then we're gonna install the tuned ECU. After the install is done, we're gonna go back out for another test drive. We are gonna mimic the first test drive we did, do the same exact thing, and we're just gonna see what the difference is with the tune now installed compared to how the stock vehicle runs. For those of you that might not be familiar with my truck, I do have the OTT Tune currently on this truck. It was done here locally by one of my tuners in Arizona. I've had the tune for maybe about 3 years, somewhere close to maybe 4 years. I got it when the truck was fairly new. So I've been running the same exact tune we're gonna be doing today on my brother's 4Runner for quite a bit of time, and I love it. It has totally changed the way the truck drives. Punch it. Come on, beat 8. Ah, 8.2. All right, so as far as the 0 to 60s, we did 3 of them, and we got 7.8 on our first one, 8 seconds flat on the second one, and then 8.2 on the third one. So we're slowly going up by 0.2 each time we do one. All right, so this isn't gonna be exact or anything, but just to kind of get some driving, get a baseline before we install the ECU. We're just kind of out driving, doing a couple, like a little drive here around the neighborhood, just to get a feel for the vehicle. And like I already said, he's already comfortable with it. It's already his vehicle. It's nothing new to him, but just again, get an established baseline. You know, one of the biggest things that my brother mentioned, has an issue with the 4Runner is shift points aren't happening incorrectly, or they're not happening correctly. I know a lot of people with Toyotas, specifically 4Runners and Tacomas, have the same issue where the vehicle will just shift at a time where you don't really think it should. It's shifting at really odd and weird times. Well, by doing the OTT tune, you're not only changing your throttle response, so it's gonna be a little more peppy when pressing on the throttle, but it's gonna change your shift points just a little bit. So it's gonna make the vehicle feel like it's driving much better after putting the tune on. We're gonna head back to the house. We're gonna get into the install process of doing the ECU swap. It is probably gonna be more complex than taking pieces off the 4Runner than it's actually gonna be to do the ECU swap. The swap itself is super simple and easy, but getting to that ECU, there's just quite a bit to it. And we had to do a little learning ourselves just to figure out how to get to that ECU. So we did a little run through it real quick, but we're gonna show you guys every single bolt you need to take off to get access to that ECU so we can do the swap on this. Now before we get started pulling out the ECU, since we're working with electrical, you're gonna wanna disconnect your battery. That is always important. Whenever you're doing any electrical work on your vehicle, always disconnect your battery just to be safe. We're gonna need to get into, I guess the ECU is behind the glove box. First thing we need to do, down below the glove box, the strip down here is gonna be the airbag module for the front seat passenger. That's the first thing that needs to come out. And to get access to it, we're gonna pull off this trim piece at the very bottom, just making this thing look pretty, and it's pretty pointless. After getting that trim piece taken off, the next thing we wanna do, we're gonna take out this footwell door sill. Mine comes out way, way easier. So back in here, there's a little thumb screw holding on this kick panel. But once that comes off, you could then take this, you wanna pry away from where the door's at. It just has this plastic clip back in here that just pops out when you kind of pry on it. And now with that off, we are gonna be first exposed to one of the bolts needed to get this airbag module off. We're gonna have one 10mm here. And then once we pull this little trim piece off here, oh, actually, there's multiple trim pieces. So there's that little triangle piece, just pops off. We then get access to the second one here. Take those two off, and there's gonna be one more a little up higher here. We have to take off this trim piece. Now that we've gotten those couple plastic pieces taken off, we have 3 bolts exposed. They're all gonna be a 10mm bolt that we need to take off to get the airbag module off. There's gonna be one here. And then on the left side, we have one down low and then one inside of here. And they're all silver 10mm bolts that need to be taken out. And then the rest of this, there's a couple plastic clips back here. You just need to pull directly back towards the passenger seat and that'll pop off. Once I pull the airbag module out, I like to kind of just tuck it up in the footwell and leave it up here, leaving no tension on this wire, and that can just sit and stay right where it's at. So the next thing we're gonna be taking out is gonna be the actual glove box. There's gonna be a couple bolts we need to remove. Down here on the bottom side, we once again have another 10mm bolt in here. Same on the left side. And then we pop it open. You don't exactly have to empty this out, but having most of your stuff taken out just makes it easier. So you're gonna see a couple square clips in here. These just need to get popped off with a little screwdriver. Once you pop them off, there's 3 bolts hiding behind them. And one little thing, before you're able to actually pull this glove box out, you're gonna wanna remove this radio trim or this AC trim piece. Super easy to pull off. Just gonna grab a kind of hold of it on the sides. I did it easier earlier. There we go. And that just pulls off. Yeah. Fairly easy. Oh yeah, and that one. So there's gonna be a wire harness here on the top of the glove box. I believe it's for the light to the glove box. You don't have to disconnect the whole entire wire, but on this right side, there is a little plastic clip holding the wire harness to the glove box. So by taking out this wire, it's just gonna give you more slack. So we can now take the glove box and you can just lay it down on the floorboard. But if you don't take out this plastic clip, there's gonna be too much tension on this and you might rip that wire, which would not be a good day. Once we have that out of the way, what we're looking for is gonna be right here. You have kind of like this little module with white plastic on it. The module just next to it. This is your actual ECU. And what we need to do to get this thing down, up here, you're gonna see this 10mm nut on these threaded bolts here, or threaded stud. By removing that, the bracket it's attached to will come down. So looking at our replacement ECU, you're gonna have 2 screws on the top, 2 more screws on the bottom. So the way I wanna tackle this, looking at the ECU actually in the car, I wanna take out the bottom 2 first, and then we're gonna move that bracket back like I talked about, and then we can take out these top 2 screws, and this should just pull out of the car. So right now he's just getting those 2 bottom screws undone from the ECU. So we can then, after taking out those 2 bottom screws, we're gonna unplug all the wires, and then get the 2 top screws out so we can completely remove his ECU. All right, so we got both of the screws out from the bottom side of the ECU. So the next thing we wanna do is unplug all of the wire harnesses. Hopefully these come out easy. Not too bad, there's a little push clip on them to pull out each one by one. So all of these white connectors came out of the ECU. They're all keyed. They have different shapes and sizes for every single one. So you can't plug in the wrong one to the wrong hole when we put in the new one. The last thing we need to do is take off the 10mm nut so we can pull the bracket down and get the 2 top bolts out. Then we will be able to pull out our OEM ECU. One thing to note while we're in here, we'll see once I compare it to the other ECU, but this left side here is silver. The right side of the ECU is black. On our replacement ECU, you can see here this has one silver side and one black side, so there's only one orientation you can put this thing in. You just want to match the way that it's currently installed here. Oh. So once we take that 10mm nut off on the top side, the whole ECU here comes out. So now we just need to swap over this bracket, and then we can start the install process of putting the tuned ECU back in the 4Runner. All right, so we're now putting that top bracket back on the new tuned ECU, and then we can start the process of putting it into the 4Runner to get our new ECU in here, button everything back up, and then we'll connect the battery and do a test and hopefully see no lights. We plugged in that tuned ECU. We're gonna connect the battery. Hold your breath. Nothing blew up, so.
No smoke?
Connected it, connect the battery back up, we just started it up. The vehicle's sitting at an idle, and no check engine lights, no any type of lights on the dash, so everything looks good. We're gonna go ahead and button this all up, get everything put back together, and then it's time to do a test drive. So we're on the test drive now that we have the ECU installed in the vehicle, and right out of the gate, Nick had mentioned that it felt more peppy. It felt like when he stepped on the accelerator, you could feel it, I guess, accelerating quicker, kind of just being, I'm trying to think of a wording for it, like more instant. It took away that delay like it's supposed to. It's supposed to take away that whole delay in throttle response. And another big thing it does is it makes adjustments on your shift points. Another thing that can already be felt even from the passenger seat is when the vehicle is shifting, it seems a lot more smooth. There's not a delay there. Normally, for anyone that knows in a Toyota vehicle, you kind of accelerate and you know it's about to shift and you kind of gotta wait, maybe give it a little more gas, and you're kind of like trying to hunt and find that shift point, and then it goes. Where now that the tuned ECU's in, you're driving and it just shifts. It seems a lot more responsive and smoother when it comes to shifting between gears. Now, we're not gonna be testing it today, but another good thing to test would be going somewhere up in elevation, going up in hills, because everyone that has driven a Tacoma or 4Runner up into the mountains or somewhere in some elevation gain, you know that the hunting of the gears is a huge issue. The OTT Tune is supposed to help that. It's not supposed to completely eliminate it, because it is really hard to just take away that feature because of how Toyota manufactured and built their transmissions, but it definitely cleans up the hunting and makes it happen less frequently than it does without the tune. All right, it's on you. That, shit, 6.3. So overall, in general, if you had to get your vehicle tuned, like, is it something you'd recommend, or is it always?
Yeah, definitely. I think drivability is a lot nicer. The acceleration is a little quicker.
And then I know you haven't had anything tuned in the past. You haven't had your third gen. I don't even know if they make tunes for that, but you haven't had anything tuned, so you haven't had to deal with the tuning process. But as far as the easeability of doing the ECU swap, like being able to do this in your garage, would you say like that's better, or would you rather go to a shop and have somebody tune it?
No, I mean, I think it was super simple. If you could do basic hand tools, it was 25, 30 minutes to get it off and put everything back together.
Yeah. Hearing it from Nick too, it's his vehicle, he was there helping me. Obviously we were doing it together, but it's for the most part plug and play. Like I said, there's quite a few bolts, there's plastic clips, there's the trim panels you have to take apart, but once you have all the trim and plastic out of the way, you're gonna unbolt the ECU with a couple bolts, plug in the new one, put everything back together. So the actual process of it was super simple and easy. It took, like we mentioned, about 25, 30 minutes, and most of that was literally disassembling all the plastic components just to get to the ECU. So the bulk of the job is just getting the trim pieces out of the way. And yeah, you have your battery disconnected, you just swap out the ECU and put the new one in. The install process was super simple and easy. And now, without having to go see a tuner, without having to make an appointment, this thing was mailed straight to his door, swapped it in, and then now we have to just take the ECU from his vehicle and mail it back to Big Dawgs. And that's it, we're all done.
So that is gonna be it, guys. It's pretty easy to do this install, doing a little swap of the ECU, and now the 4Runner is tuned. If there was anything I did not go over, anything I didn't cover you still have questions about, please do me a favor, drop a comment down below. I try my best to reply to every comment that is left on my videos. If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, drop a thumbs up. It helps the video be more successful if they get seen by people just like yourself. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on my next video.